This video will show you how to create a Google form. You can use Google Forms for quizzes, for surveys, for just collecting information. You've used them quite a bit in class already, but today you're going to learn how to create one for yourself. So start in Google Drive and click Create, and then choose Form. This will come up and give you a chance to title. I'm just going to give this a simple title of quiz, and you can choose what type of style of theme, so to change your background. Don't get too fancy, but you can choose a number of different themes here. I'm just going to choose a fairly simple theme here, or you can just use plain, which is the default, and click OK. If you decide later on that you don't like that, you can go here to Theme in the ribbon and select that and make your changes here. So it comes up with an option here, because we're in a Google Apps domain, to require a login. Since this is going to be public, you don't want to do that, so do not require sign in. If you decide you want to change the title, you can. If you have additional information about the quiz, you can put that in right here. It comes with a blank question. It's already open for editing. It's an untitled question. So you can change that by selecting, and I'll just make it a simple question. What color is the sky? It comes as default a multiple choice. There are a number of different question types. Text, paragraph text, which gives a larger box for them to enter in, multiple choice. Check boxes is multiple choice, but allows to choose more than one answer. Choose from a list is similar to this in that it's a drop down and they get to choose from a list. A scale is a scale from 1 to 10, or a grid. For more information about these questions, please see the presentation that's embedded on the Classroom website. You'll be able to see more about that there. We'll just leave this one as multiple choice, and we'll type in some possible answers. You can type in as many possible answers as you like. Just keep clicking and entering them in. Make sure you type and spell correctly. And again, you can choose whichever one, or you can even add an other option to allow them to put in their own answer if you choose to do that. Once you're done, I would also recommend that you make all questions required, because you've done this before. You filled out a quiz and you forgot a question, and you didn't, because you didn't notice it. So if you make all questions required, unless there truly is not everyone needs to answer it, then make all questions required. I do want to point out before we click done that up here in the upper right hand corner are 3 little icons, and you will see this in each question. You'll see an edit icon, a duplicate icon, and a delete icon. So once I click done, if I need to edit this question, I can hover over it, click edit, and I can go back in and change it. So I now have one question, and I need to add another question. If I click add item, it's just going to add another multiple choice question. But if I click the little drop down arrow, it pops up with a different type. So maybe I want a text question. So I'm going to say first name. And again, I'm going to make it required. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click duplicate, because there's not a lot of difference between first and last. So all I have to do is do that. Now I have first and last name. Now notice I asked a question before I asked for first and last name. So these are out of order. If I hover over each question, you'll see that the editing icons pop up and the background color changes faintly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold, and I'm going to drag this up above that question, and I'm going to do the same thing for last name. Do the same thing for last name, press it and hold, and move that up. One of the things you need to do is make sure you're collecting period, last name, first name, so you can get all that information to find out who took your quiz. So you can add as many questions as you like, and take a look down here in the confirmation message. So the default is your response has been recorded. You can show a link to submit another response, or publish and show the links to the results of the form, so that if you wanted everyone to see what all the answers had been put in, you could do that, or allow them to change their answers after they submit it. And then you could, if you choose Send Form, this gives you the link to share. You can also get an embed code to embed it in your website. If you wanted to send it via email or social media, you could do the same thing. Most commonly, though, you're going to click up here where it says View Live Form. If you click View Live Form, you get to see what your form looks like, and you also get to copy that URL and post that link. If you want to just have someone click on the link, this would be the link to get to this live form. So this is the link you want to share. You do not want to share the link to the editing version, which is this one right here, because then people can edit your form. You want to share the live link. And in the live view, you have an option here to edit the form if you are the owner. So I'm going to go back here to the editing view and show you a couple of things. One is you need a place for your answers to show up. So you're going to have to choose the response destination. That's right up here in the ribbon. So choose response destination. Most often you're going to choose a new spreadsheet, and notice it has the title. If you want to change it, you can, and it lets you know the spreadsheet is the quiz responses. If you already have a spreadsheet to collect them in, you can select that, or you can choose to always create. This is the most common option you will use, and then click Create. You will find that in your Google Drive. If you go back here, you may need to refresh. And notice now I have the quiz and I have the quiz responses. This is a Google form and this Google spreadsheet, and this allows you to see who's responded. In the form, in the spreadsheet view, you can go in and edit the form or go to live form right here in these controls. Back in the editing view, up here it says responses, and it lets you know there are 0 responses. This lets you know how many people have taken your form, taken your quiz. You can also click here. Now that you've selected where it's going, you can click here to view the responses as well.